My brother stole $30K from our grandmother before she died and got written out of her will, so I refused to split my $200K inheritance with him even though our parents are begging me to reconsider. I was at my grandmother's funeral when my mom pulled me aside with red eyes. Your brother made a mistake, she whispered, gripping my arm tight. He needs help getting back on his feet. A mistake? 2 years ago, my brother Marcus convinced Grandma he needed $30,000 for emergency medical bills. She was 84, living alone in her little house, and trusted him completely. She withdrew the money from her retirement savings without telling anyone, worried sick about him the entire time. He bought a motorcycle and went to Vegas instead. When Grandma found the receipt stuffed in his jacket pocket during a surprise visit to his apartment, she didn't yell or cry. She just went completely quiet, didn't say a word to him about it. 3 days later, she called her lawyer and quietly changed her will. Left Marcus exactly $1 and everything else to me. My parents didn't find out until after she passed. The reading of the will was absolutely brutal. Marcus actually laughed out loud when the lawyer said $1, thinking it was some kind of joke. Then his face went completely pale when the lawyer read my part. The house, her savings, her car, everything totaling roughly $200,000. That's when my parents started their campaign. They called me every single day for 2 weeks straight. He's your brother. Grandma wouldn't want the family divided like this. You have to find it in your heart to forgive him. My dad even had the nerve to say I was being selfish for following a will written by a woman who wasn't in her right mind near the end. Grandma was sharper than all of us combined until the literal day she died. Marcus showed up at my door last Tuesday at 9 p.m. looking desperate. He had this whole speech prepared about how Grandma loved both of us equally and how she would have wanted us to share everything. He said the motorcycle was already sold and Vegas was years ago, so why was I still punishing him for one mistake? I let him finish his entire speech. Then I looked him dead in the eyes and said, Grandma spent her final 2 years knowing you lied straight to her face. She had plenty of time to change her mind if she wanted to. She didn't. He got angry then, really angry. Called me heartless, said I was turning into a bitter person just like her. Said the money was making me cruel and that real family doesn't abandon each other over past mistakes. That I was no better than she was for holding grudges. My parents were standing right there behind him, nodding along like he was making perfect sense. My mom started crying, begging me to reconsider, saying she couldn't stand to see her children fighting like this. My dad said if I didn't split it 50-50, I'd regret it for the rest of my life and that I'd be responsible for destroying this family. So I went to my bedroom and came back with a sealed envelope. Inside was a letter Grandma had left with her lawyer, specifically to be given to me after she passed away. I read it out loud so everyone could hear. I'm leaving everything to the grandchild who visited me every single Sunday without fail, who called me just to talk about nothing, who never once asked for a single dollar, who fixed my porch steps without being asked, who drove me to appointments, who actually cared whether I was lonely or scared. I'm leaving $1 to the grandchild who only called when he needed something, who lied directly to my face, and who thought I was too old and senile to figure out the truth. The room went completely silent. You could hear the clock ticking on the wall. Then I reminded them of something they'd conveniently forgotten. Marcus stopped coming to family dinners when he was 16 years old, stopped visiting Grandma unless it was Christmas or her birthday, and even then, he'd leave after an hour. I never missed a single Sunday with her for 8 years straight. Even when I was sick or exhausted from work. I was there when she fell and broke her hip at 2 a.m. I was there holding her hand during every single one of her chemo appointments. I was the one who held her hand and talked to her the night before she died. Marcus knew all of this. He just didn't care until there was money involved. My mom tried to say that Grandma was just hurt and emotional when she wrote the will, that she didn't really mean it, but I cut her off immediately. She had 2 full years to change it back if she regretted it. She actually updated the will 6 months before she died specifically to make sure the house was included in my inheritance. She meant every single word. My brother's face went bright red and he stormed out, slamming my door.